morning and welcome to another informative episode of Enterprise Morning, reaching you from Enterprise Television. I am Henry Igwebike. So we'll be starting off with all that we have coming from our newspaper headlines, and right after that will be in conversation also for today. But please do well to be part of our community. Have a say in what we say. You can always find and reach us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I have joining me virtually from Lagos State, Nigeria, Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. He is a barrister, a law public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, Barrister, and welcome.
Good morning, Henry. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much for your time. We truly do appreciate that. So let's start off, Barrister, with our newspaper headlines. And we're starting off with the Guardian newspaper to see all that we have. We have on the very top strip here, why we resist tax reform bills. So that's coming from the NLC. And also, war veteran wives of fallen heroes lament neglect despite promises. And on the bottom strip here we have economist Shibas express worry over customs 12 trillion naira revenue target. And what that means basically is that Nigerian consumers will definitely feel the heat, because when such target is given to the custom, it means it will snowball to consumers most definitely. But Barrister, let's take a look at this particular matter. Fagbemi reveals surge in presidential pardon requests. You are a barrister. It's your place of strength. Speak to us on this particular matter. Does that mean that Nigerians have committed so much crime? Of course, they know themselves that it's big enough that the president has to intervene so they can get into doing whatever it is their interest.
I think getting pardon is approved by our law. It is not illegal under our law. It is a responsibility that has been vested on the president. The president has the power to pardon anybody that has been convicted of any crime in this country. And in exercising those powers, the president definitely will look at the case that has been brought against him, and the person involved, the conduct and character during his incarceration in custody. So if they are satisfied that the man has changed, or he has shown remorse, or he has done what they think he deserves to be pardoned, the president has discretion to give those pardon. And it's not only in Nigeria. There are in other countries that we call foreign countries or abroad. That also happens. Sometimes they give pardon. You can see recently that the president-elect of the USA was convicted and sentenced, and but that sentencing was not going to be implemented because he's the president-elect. So it's everywhere in the world where people benefit. But I think most times what we see in our own country is that the president, in exercising his discretion, aside those discretion, majorly in favor of those who are political, who have the political weight.
Exactly, because yes, exactly, because that's what I wanted to ask. Because if you take a long list of those that possibly are asking for this, you would never see an average Nigerian. Neither would you see a middle class Nigerian. You would rather see the elites of the elite. All right, who maybe because of one conduct or another cannot participate. But don't you think this is an open call for them to participate in joining the ruling party?
I don't think so. But definitely, when you give me something, I need to give you something in return. So those definitely that will receive the benefit of being pardoned, if they are politicians, once they are out, they will have their loyalty to the president. And they will want to support the president whenever he wants to seek a re-election or whatever they do in that regard. Majority of them will do that. So I don't doubt your position that majority of them may want to, at least if they are politicians, just like we have agreed, that majority of them definitely are politicians or those who are connected to politicians. So the use of this power is a problem I have in our country. It's not being based on just merit it's based on the things are not done based on the. Let's just look at it and see those who merit this. There are so many people who merited it. That because they don't have one connection or the other, their name will not even feature.
Yeah.
They will not even consider them. So it's a matter of it's not an easy job to do because there must be application. You must pursue it. People that will do that must have lawyers who are influential as well, who are prominent, and who have the one connection or the other. Everything in Nigeria is about connection. So that's my problem. Connection attitude aspect of it. If it's a thing that will be done without anybody being without any influence from anybody, it will, at least some people will have been in custody and they will have changed their way. Some were sentenced in the sentence where in custody is where they became born again, so to say, in quotes.
Yeah.
And they are now serving seem to be serving a God. So if they have seen that you have changed, you have shown remorse, then they can give you extend that gesture to you. But in Nigeria, I tell you, most times it's being used to favor certain people who are political.
All right. So let's quickly. Yes.
You can see there, Mr. Former President gave it to two. There are two. The last one they did. There are two prominent Nigerian politicians, former Governor Dari and former Governor Yame.
Yeah.
They defeated while the former president was in power.
Very, very true. All right, let's quickly move on to the Punch newspaper to see what we have there. On the big story, 34.8% inflation rate triggers fears of rising prices and hardship in Nigeria. And the writer there says a high demand for goods, services during Yuletide cost inflation, says the NBS. And on the bottom strip here, we have Tinubu gives a salute of fallen heroes, pledge support for widows. Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid. Unfortunately, it's becoming more like a perennial issue in Nigeria with respect to our fallen heroes. Yesterday, 15th, was Armed Forces Remembrance Day. But the truth and the fact of the matter is that most of those that are left behind do not get the sort of care that is deserving of them. The question is, don't you think this would affect patriotism for Nigerians?
That position is not only peculiar to the military, it's general. You hear people who have served in one ministry or the other for years complaining about not receiving their pension.
But that of the military is worse.
Who have been,
yes, I said, but that of the military is kind of like worse because they lay their lives. It's a different thing. Lots of those who have served as civil servants might still be alive for as much as they want to, but military, you see people die at a very youthful age and all of that. So don't you think that should be paid more concentration to?
I agree with you that we have this lackadaisical attitudes to giving a benefit to people who have served the country, and that's what the point I was trying to make. Yeah. You see, the government are not proactive when it comes to giving benefits to those who have labored for the country, particularly those who died in the course of the labor, and that's what you are seeing in the military. In fact, sometimes when these people die, that is the allegation we hear. There are some of them that whenever after a week or month or so or 2 months, they will be sent out of the barrack or wherever they are accommodating without any other alternative accommodation for them. So they ignore them, they abandon them, and that discourages so many people who want to consider those professions, saying that, look, if I die or if anything happened to me, would it not be the end of my career or my life? How will my family survive? Bearing in mind that you are seeing people who are alive and seeing people who are dead, who are together with you in service before the way their family have been treated. That will not encourage people to. So I think the government should do more in terms of providing welfare for the people whom they left behind in the course of their services. If they have any benefit paid on time, and they should even give them more special benefits, not only about laying flowers every year and this and that. They make the same story every year, the same comment every year, and we hear the same complaint of abandonment every year. So we are a country that don't even learn from our mistakes or don't even take responsibility for what we have been alleged of. This complaint, I tell you, God spare our life. You will see here the same complaint when the next year, what's it called? Armed forces members they done. They will see here the same complaint of neglect. And unfortunately, the same government that is neglecting those who have laid their life for the country is buying ammo SUV for the generals who are already made and who are still alive, while those who are dead are being abandoned. The family of those who are dead are being abandoned. They are not. Some of them are not even asking for more. They are just asking for the entitlement and of their fallen heroes. And unfortunately, that won't take place. Them special. In fact, those families should be based on special salary till the end of their life.
All right, very well. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening in the southwest of Nigeria, especially with regards to Alafin. And we have it here on the bottom strip, Alafin Owade. Reverse appointment in 30 days. Kingmaker still marking day. Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid, speak to us on this, and if possible, help us make sense, because lots of people do not understand what's happening here. You know, the importance of the traditional tool in sustainability of any community, which of course goes to the country, is so very important. When the community is well off with the sort of a traditional guidance of those in authority, then it of course has a way of spiraling to the general community and Nigeria. Speak to us on this particular matter. What do you think is the problem exactly?
The problem is that the constitution of the country as it is today gives little or no recognition to the traditional institution, and has placed the traditional institution under the control of the government. In other words, he has the control of local government chairman or even the commissioner. So they can either be removed or even suspended by a local government chairman or by a commissioner. So that is, in other words, it's not longer about the tradition. You know, the punishment, if a crime committed sin in the olden day, the traditional rulers or the community and by their tradition, they will use their culture or whatever to determine what punishment that will be meted out to the king or whoever that is involved. But today, they have no choice. Even the king himself doesn't have any power. They are just there based on old recognition of our tradition. The system that we are operating today give little or no recognition or importance to these traditional rulers. They are just being used to at least to maintain status quo that is on. They have no special role to play, and that is why you see that today most times the obas are no longer being appointed by Ifa. It is now the governor or whoever the governor have interest in that becomes the oba or emir or whatever, and that's what is happening as well.
So what do you think is the fear?
The oba school is now like a political, a section of political appointments or by the government.
Yes, because I wanted to ask, what do you think is the fear here? Why do you think we have not decided yet to see reasons to include that in the constitution, such that that particular stool, the traditional institution, would be verified and of course given the rightful gains by our constitution, so it can be independent and free from political masterminds of the political class?
The traditional institution is recognized. I said it's not it's significantly recognized. If they are not recognized, they won't be in existence. They are recognized, but they don't have any role. They are just ceremonial.
Under our constitution,
they are just ceremonial.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of the custom, and we have a customary law, and it's part of the custom and tradition. So it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that the soon under the current democratic administration. In other words, under the current democratic administration, the culture and the traditional rulers have no major role to play. They have no major role to play. They are recognized because of the past, history. So for me, I'm not a supporter of giving them any specific role. What specific role are you talking about? We're in a democracy. We have a local government chairman. We have we have the commissioner, we have this and that. What role are you trying to give them? To do what? To become another commissioner or another governor in their domain and having a true authority?
Oh,
that regard, I don't know. I don't know what kind of role you want to give them that will not be in conflict with those who will even give them the authority. So for me, they are being treated like a ceremonial leader because the constitution did a specific role. Their existence is recognized, and that's why you have a chieftaincy law in almost all the states, where and that law determine how they are to be appointed. The appointment, no Oba can be appointed without the recognition of the governor. That is to tell you that they are under the control of the before the coming to the effect of this democracy or whatever. Governor, the Obas are like the governor, and people are still not forgetting that. People are forgetting that we are no longer in that era, and that's why people are seeing them as being delegated. It's the constitution that has relegated them to the background, not the governor themselves. They've been placed under the control of even the local government chairman who under their control, under their domain. So for me, it is a matter of constitution, and for me, I don't see what I will not advocate that the constitution should be amended to say, look, Oba too should become one authority or the other. They can be assigned responsibilities by the governor if the governor decides to do so. Not generally that there must be any particular function under the law to say the Obas should be this and that. They will create two emperor. In other words, there will be conflict of interest between the Oba and the governor. The authority, they can't have two ships and two captains in one ship. There will be crisis. That's why I will not support. Giving them under the constitution.
Yes, very well said. A conflict of interest. And still talking about the importance of our traditional institution. On the Daily Trust newspaper, we have the big story. Why I want. Yes.
Let me just. Sorry.
Yes.
That's not that I talk the traditional institution. That's not to say that I don't hold them in high esteem.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what the law says. I'm not saying they're not important. They're not to be recognized.
Yes, very well. But let's talk about this particular matter because it's very important. You talked about that, so that's why we're going to this particular story on the Daily Trust newspaper. Why I won't help Tinubu's government, and that's coming from Emir Sanusi, and he says president lacks credible team. And up until now, the presidency have not said anything about it. Now, if there's one person that should not be neglected, most obviously is Emir Sanusi. Speak to us on this particular matter, Barrister Tunji Abdul Hamid, especially given what you had already said concerning their place and conflict of interest.
The government has responded through the Minister of Information this morning.
Okay.
They've responded to Emir regarding it. They asked him to mind his business and lead and not involve himself in politics. They've answered. That is summary of their answer.
Okay.
You can Google it thereafter. The Minister of Information had responded to it in that manner. You see, the Emir Sanusi is again towing the line that brought him that cost him his job.
But he's saying the fact. But he is speaking the truth. Don't you think so?
He's not consistent. That is the truth. He's not consistent. This is the same. I'm not saying he's not saying the fact. Let's look at what he's saying. Yeah, whether he's right or not, there's a different thing. Yes, I'm trying to look at. I'll go to the message. I'm trying to look at the messenger first.
Okay.
The messenger, in this regard, yes, he's not consistent. This same person will come tomorrow, tell you this and that. The government is doing well. He was one of those in the forefront of government removed the subsidy that was saying the government has done well, and that is the best thing they've done. The President Tinubu mean well. Yeah, he has the capacity to deliver. He has said all those things. Just when this government came in, but now he's been trouble because of his emirship tussle, and he believes the presidency are behind it. So in that regard, whatever he says today now will be seen as politics. Will be seen in trying to pay them back for not supporting him or for in quotes. That's what I'm saying. Let's look at what he has said. Is he saying the truth? Do we have is the economy moving? Is the president doing well? Is of the government made any progress giving us any development? Yeah, you'll be right in that regard, because if you look at the economy in this country today, it's worse than what they met it when Buhari was there. In fact, I'm totally disappointed, because I was one of those who believe that even though the current president may not do well, but he will do far better than the former president. But today, he's making the former president look like President. I'm talking about President Buhari, looking like an hero, because I don't see a sense in telling me we are building economy, we are saving money, we are doing this and that, and people are suffering. It's like a father saying he wants to build a house and he's saving money, and people in the house are not eating. The children are not eating, the wife are not eating. They cannot even on their lights. They don't have drink water, and you say you are saving money, and you are making so much money, or you are saving a lot of things. You are building a foundation for them. If they die before that foundation is completed, what happens? So for me, they need to reject their policy. So in that regard, I want to align with Mr. The emir of I don't even know which one to call the emir now. One of the emirs of Kano, Emir Sanusi, that look, the government should sit tight and do more to give us what it deserves. The president, as it is today, is just going from one country to another in the name of searching for foreign direct investment will not help us. Come and sit down in this country, make the environment conducive, make the environment enable, and people who you are looking for will come and look for you. That is what I've been saying. It's as simple as that. I've been saying that. But they don't believe in that. They believe in it. And I know why they are going up and down. They need immediate change. The immediate dollars of foreign currency. And that's why they are moving from one place to another, thinking that that will come. There is no serious business investor who see the economy the way it is in the country, who see the environment the way it is in the country, and want to invest in the country. I'm not talking about those investors who are being used by those parents as a foreign being packaged as foreign direct investor. Since the president came into office and been going from one place to another in the name of a foreign investor, I have not seen any investor that has invested, or what they have invested, or the impacts of what they have done in the country. I think I lie with myself with that the government is not doing well, and the government has not done well in terms of what their economy and the other aspect of our life.
All right, thank you very much. Even if some of the president's media, handlers would differ, they will say investors have come in, but portfolio investors that have invested in the stock market, well, for them, that is investment also.
And let them show workings, show evidence. That's the way we can see it. You don't have to even tell me. You don't have to say anything. We'll see it. I'm not seeing it. And even if they are here, let him admit that they are here. What are the effects? Should they be here alone that we are looking for, or we should have the effects? How many people are getting employment just because we now have foreign direct investors? How many people life has changed positively just because we have a foreign direct investor? I can tell you, we are going down. We are going down. So even if you have it, you have them borders there, and the citizens are not seeing the consequence of the effects positively. You have not done anything as far as I'm concerned.
Very true.
You have only helped certain people. Very,
very true. All right, that's just about the size of our package for this particular segment. And just to let you know, it's a promise. Barrister Tunji will be here to take us on our main conversation. Please don't go anywhere. When we return, the federal government adopts eco-friendly farming to strengthen food production. That in a bit, still Enterprise Morning. I'll be right back.